All right, December 2022 is here. Are you ready for it? It seems like this year just flew by now that we're at the end of a very transformative year. This was a big year. There was so much change. There was so much transformation, of course, realization, a lot of things on the collective that have happened, a lot of truth coming to the surface, a lot of people fighting for their truth, fairness, and equality as well, which is going to continue to grow, of course, as we're going through this big shift in humanity. But we're going to look at the month of December and see what is showing up and how you can work with the energy of December for your transformational journey. Now, December is a universal month, number 9 in numerology, which means endings. It signifies ending. It's a hard stop to the end of 2022. It lines up perfectly with the Gregorian calendar as we end 2022 with a universal month number 9. I mean, it couldn't happen more perfectly than this. The 9s signify endings. It is very much an end of a cycle. It's a time where we cut old ties. It's a time where we even may come across more realizations around our path, around relationships. So a lot of this is going to play out in many different forms, which is interesting considering we just had eclipse season, which did have a very strong, profound energy around endings. So it's still going to play out a little bit. And the eclipse season, it does play out for, well, it's a 6-month cycle. So it can definitely be playing out still in some kind of way. So some kind of endings, some kind of realizations, even your own transformative journey can be cycling through and will continue in the month of December. Now, as I mentioned, we do have Sagittarius season for the majority of December. Sagittarius is the truth seeker based on inner truth, based on also higher wisdom, higher knowledge. Now, it seeks information, it seeks wisdom, it seeks guidance for further ascension, for, again, higher knowledge, higher wisdom. But the driving force of the energy is the inner truth, the inner guidance. So we do have this understanding more within ourselves after going through a transformative time in November, through Scorpio season, through eclipse season. It was, again, very transformative, and it allowed us to go deeper within ourselves, to go deeper within our emotions, to go deeper within our psyche and relationships. So now we can understand more about ourselves. So now we can understand more about life, about our direction, our path forward. Now, I am recording this video on the new moon in Sagittarius, and this is a beautiful opening. We also have Jupiter going direct in Pisces on the same day as this new moon. So there's an opening for a new start, a new beginning. Now, new moons, of course, you caught my other videos. It's a time for manifestation. It's a clean slate. But also this is an opening to a completely new chapter, considering that we're moving into 2023. Now, no matter when you find this video, if you find this video in December sometime, that's completely fine with reference, as I just mentioned, to that new moon in Sagittarius. Use December as a month of endings and beginnings in any kind of way, anything that you can conclude within yourself or the realizations, maybe a hard truth within something. Sometimes we know a little bit of what we need to do, of what we need to accomplish, or maybe even let go of. But sometimes the ego holds on, or we hold on for superficial reasons, or even just subconscious programs that keep us locked into a certain way of being, or holding on to a certain emotion or thought or belief or identity or relationship. But it's a really good time to become honest, to become true with who you are, the inner truth, right? So what is your guiding energy forward? What is moving you forward? And sometimes we have to make hard decisions with things. Sometimes we have to go through a little bit of pain and a little bit of sadness and sorrow, perhaps, or even maybe taking a step back in order to take a giant leap forward. It's all about honoring yourself. It's all about honoring your truth. It's all about honoring what you want, what you feel is in alignment with yourself and your calling towards your future. Now, this is part of being a deliberate creator. It's part of being your own conscious creator of your reality. That's why you're here. That's why you have come into this planet in this lifetime in your form to experience your life, maybe to heal from the past, maybe to heal ancestral wounds, maybe to close karmic cycles, and maybe just to enjoy life. Well, I want to say to enjoy life for all of us, because that is in essence part of why we are here, to experience life in all forms, not just the hard stuff, but also the good stuff. And we're in this incredible transformative time where we get to start to create accordingly. We get to start to think about what we really want, what we really desire, what's important for us. And past old conditioning, old paradigms holds us down based on old conditionings, based on what someone expects of us, based on maybe wanting to make people happy. Now, I know it's difficult because this is a little bit of a dance that we're in, a little bit of a self-discovery within ourselves, and trying to go into those feelings of what am I holding on to, what is programmed, what is self-imposed, what is the impositions of maybe society or family, and breaking those chains, breaking those old paradigms. It is a process, and that's why I'm here to guide you through that. So this December is very much of breaking those chains, breaking those old paradigms, and we go through this more and more and more as we move along, but it's step by step. And I'm here, of course, again, to guide you along the way. Now we have Sagittarius season, as I mentioned, for the dominant energy. We have the full moon in Gemini on, I think it's the 7th. So this full moon is going to allow us to release any energies that are holding us back from speaking our voice, for communication, for sharing our knowledge and wisdom with the world. Gemini energy is a very intellectual energy. It's also mutable. Its opposition is Sagittarius. So we have a lot of this mutable energy of change, of transformation. Gemini energy, of course, with knowledge, with wisdom, with speaking and communication. So anything that's holding you back, and I'm going to record, of course, a separate video for the full moon in Gemini, but it is going to be a very important full moon for letting go and releasing any of the barriers and limitations within ourselves that's preventing us from speaking our truth, that's preventing us from being confident with our words and our voice and our intellectual knowledge. And then later portion of the month, we move into Capricorn season around the 21st. Now the energy is going to move down into a more grounded energy, more practical. It's still of cardinal energy, of building, of initiation, but we also have Christmas. Now, if you celebrate Christmas or not, we do have the family time. We do have a lot of spending time with others. This season does start to slow down at that time naturally, depending on where you are in the world. I know in some cultures it doesn't, but where I am in the Northern Hemisphere, Western culture, it definitely does slow down. So we have this energy of being with family, but Capricorn energy, aside from that, is very much of building. It's very much of learning, of structure. It is a very focused and dedicated and determined energy, likes to learn, likes to invest, and likes to build towards future endeavors, future growth. So that is going to be starting in effect around the 21st of December. Now, this is where things get really interesting. January is going to initiate a new universal year number. Now we're moving into a universal year number 7. In 2022, we had a universal year 6. Now the 2s, it's more of the feminine energy. The 222s lined up together, it can be very emotional. So if you noticed your emotions heightened, if you noticed your intuition heightened, if you noticed maybe things coming into balance as well, even relationships healing or family matters resolving or coming into balance in some kind of way, that could have been a theme. Maybe balance within what you are wanting to create, maybe within yourself. But the 222, the 2s lined up, is much more of the feminine energy. It's the divine feminine. It's related to the moon, the number 2. It's again of intuition, a very emotional energy, very much of balance and harmony. So that could have been a theme, but the 222 equals 6. Which was the overarching energy of the year, which was predominantly around love. And love in many different areas. It could have been realizations around love. It could have been healing love, healing relationships again, going into the heart space, healing from the past wounds, very nurturing energy, nurturing relationships, friendships, love. Now we're moving into 2023 with the universal year number 7. And the 7 is the most spiritual number in numerology. It's also the truth seeker. It dives into the depths for analysis, information, very detail oriented. It can be a bit recluse. It can be a bit more reserved, a little bit more, again, recluse, a little bit hermit kind of energy, but is really to analyze, is really to go into the depths, again, truth seeking energies. So we'll see what happens and what plays out for 2023. I will be recording a separate video with some forecasts as well into the year when I take a stronger look at it. But that's the main theme of the year of 2023 of what we're stepping into. January, however, is going to be a universal month number 8. So we're going to go from November being a universal month number 8 to December being a universal month number 9, and then going to January back into a universal month number 8 because the year changes. So we go into the universal month number 8 in January, and then back into a universal month number 9 in February. So there's going to be an interplay between 8 and 9, 8 and 9. So there's a lot of this endings and manifestation. So remember, this beautiful energy of the 8 is for personal power and prosperity. Also the law of attraction in effect with the 8 on its side. So I am recording this in November, where we are in that universal month number 8, which has been a very, very powerful energy for creation, maybe with career, with building, with the law of attraction, putting your intentions out there into the universe and starting to see things happen in return. It's going to be in effect in January. Plus we have a month number 1, which is great. New beginnings and the 8 in effect, right? So I'll be guiding you through this. This is all you have to know, but it's very fascinating how they're playing out here for us in the next few months. So December, as I see it, how I feel it, is going to be very expansive. We could have a lot of big realizations about our life, about relationships, about the world at large, around our spirituality, around our multidimensional selves. We could be more exploratory. We could be more open for information, knowledge, and seeking, maybe adventure, maybe trying new things. But it all is around a very expansive energy, right? So you could very well notice yourself feeling a little bit more open, a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more interested in knowledge, but also a lot of self-dissecting with that universal month number 9. So again, endings is going to be in full effect regardless. So that is going to be playing out. And then we get to build with Capricorn energy. We get to move into a cardinal energy for building out of it. So getting into the practical, building our dreams, building our goals, investing into our future, and preparing ourselves in a very stabilized and very practical way for the new year. I also am going to be hosting a Christmas Day live here on this channel. If you are spending Christmas by yourself, I will be spending Christmas Day by myself. I have some family here. I might be going out for Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day, I'll probably be here, and I'll have a live here for everyone and anyone who wants to join, and we can just be with each other and create community around this day, because I know it can also be a little bit lonely or difficult if you don't have family members close by. So I'm here for you, and I'll be hosting that live on Christmas Day, so keep an eye out for it. Otherwise, I'm wishing you all the best for the month of December, and make the best of the end of this year. Cut the ties, end what you need to end, and prepare for a very powerful January ahead in the start of 2023. I'll be seeing you very soon. Take care.